There are lots of benefits to owning a small car, price being a major one, and there's a lot to be said for only purchasing the exact amount of space that you need. However, price is not the only thing that attracts people to compact cars. There's the lower long-term running costs, their easy drivability, massively improved parking opportunities, and those cheeky traffic-beating manoeuvres that they help you to pull around towns and cities. And some people want all of those benefits without sacrificing on any of the luxuries or street cred of a larger model. And those people are lucky enough to have options like this one, the all-new Audi A1 Sportback. Now, the A1 has traditionally always gone head-to-head with that other stalwart of the premium compact class, which is the mini hatch. But rather than go down the cutesy road like they did, this new A1 looks mean as hell. You've got some sporty new nostrils, the flared wheel arches, and some fake exhausts around the back. But we won't get into that today. But this is one small car that at least looks like it means business. It's also grown quite a bit in size on the previous model, and the boot space now measures in at 335 litres, which is decent enough depending on what you compare it to. It's quite a bit larger than the Mini's 278 litres, but a little bit shy of its Volkswagen Group sibling, the Polo's 350. Room in the back, naturally enough, is not amazing, although it's not terrible either. Headroom in particular is quite good. I'm 5'6", and I think even taller people would be quite surprised about just how well they fit back here. Legroom, on the other hand, might be a bit of a squeeze depending on how tall your driver is. And as for fitting 3 adults in a row, forget about it. Kids, on the other hand, should be fine, and there are Isofix anchors for their child seats. And now on to the best bit. This is a cabin that is really going to put a smile on your face. Just look at the amount of technology in such a small space. There's been no secret made of the fact that it's all about the driver in here either. You've got the entire centre console angled towards you, and how cool does this virtual cockpit look in this tiny little cabin? All models get a digital instrument cluster as standard, but for an extra €200 or so, you can upgrade to this system, which will add some extra functionality, including a sports mode. The rest of the styling is fairly typically Audi, just in miniature form, so good quality materials, and everything is screwed and damped to perfection. Although you will find a little bit of scratch if you go looking for it. Like most of its tiny premium rivals, the scope for personalisation is also huge. This one has been specced in a very striking turbo blue with a Mythos black roof. That's right, not just ordinary black, Mythos black. And I do have to laugh at the various different creative ways manufacturers can come up with for describing the colour black. But anyway, I think it's quite a good combo. Standard features on the A1 include alloy wheels, a leather multifunction steering wheel, and this touchscreen display, a very easy and familiar feeling system to use. That starts at €24,500. You can upgrade to the SE, which will add larger 17-inch wheels, cruise control and parking sensors. Or for the ultimate baby Audi experience, you're really going to want to upgrade to this S-Line model, aren't you? Because it adds the sporty S-Line styling pack, the 17-inch alloy wheels, the LED lights, the scrolling indicators, and these amazing sport seats. But unfortunately, that will also up the asking price to a little under €29,000. And now on to the option list, which is where you're going to need to exercise a bit of self-control, because there's just so much to choose from, it can be hard to hold yourself back. And if you don't, you might end up with a final price like this one of a little over €40,000. And I know, before you start listing off the 7-seat SUVs or the lightly used A4s that you could get for that price, let's go back to my original point, which is that some people want small cars with all the bits in. Highlights of that quite long list include Alcantara and leather upholstery, heated seats, an interior design pack, drive mode select, parking system plus, not quite sure that's necessary on a car of this size, a Bang & Olufsen sound system, adaptive cruise control, ambient lighting, and MMI navigation plus, which allows you to see your driving route directly on the virtual cockpit in front of you and does look pretty awesome. The engine lineup is purely petrol, and this turbocharged 1 litre TFSI with 116 HP is expected to be one of the more popular sellers here. This is the 6-speed manual, although it is also available with the excellent S-Tronic automatic system, or as a 150 HP version, again available in both manual and automatic. At the top of the line is the very fun sounding 2-litre 200 HP version for some very tiny thrills. But even in this lower powered version, the A1 is tons of fun to drive. There's plenty of power available from the off, and it maintains quick and speedy progress afterwards. All of the controls have a nice weighted feel to them, and it is a very solid feeling small car. Now, I can't even remember the last time I actually had a manual Audi, but it does make for quite a nice change. The gear shift is pleasant and direct, and it's quite nice to be a bit more involved in the drive for once. Now, while the body control is very good, it doesn't quite have that go-kart mini feel around corners, although it is still fun enough to raise a smile or two. One thing I dislike though is the poor visibility caused by what is quite a large C-pillar, and that does make things a little bit tricky when you're reversing out of the drive or a parking spot, because the one thing that's not spec'd on this car is a reversing camera. On a more positive note, the running costs are suitably low for a city car with a claimed fuel economy of 4.9 litres per 100 kilometres and a low annual motor tax bill of €200. So, while it might be ludicrously expensive for a small car, I love it. I can't help it makes me smile when I look at it, and that is one of the most important things about car ownership that we often overlook, is how it makes you feel. How does this €40,000 supermini make you feel? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Like, share, subscribe, and join us back here next week where we'll be reviewing something altogether more sensible.